some living spaces are quite amazing. The creativity behind it is just out of this world. Today on the show, we feature such properties involving containers. You definitely don't want to miss it. This is The Realtor with me, Karanja Daniel. Welcome to the show. We're now joined by an expert who will shed more light as to how this new phenomenon of container houses is taking over in the market right here in Kenya. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, thank you.
Kindly introduce yourself and tell us what you do.
Okay, I'm Joy. I work at Containers 254 Limited. We are a unique and disruptive construction kind of company. We deal with shipping containers, and I think we are the best in fabrication.
You mentioned disruptive. It's quite hard for new homeowners or rather people who want new homes to get the grasp of using containers for their new homes. Kindly explain to us the process.
Yes, with shipping containers, what really happens compared to brick and mortar is that with a brick and mortar kind of home, you have maybe let's say the stress more so in building, because you have to do a foundation, do a structural design before you even get into the concept of having your dream house.
Yes.
But now with shipping containers, you already have the container, so it's already a structural you already have a structure in place.
Yes.
So what needs to be done there is just the interiors, and now you have your home. So it takes lesser time and it saves you the stress of even now getting approvals and all those kinds.
All right.
Yeah.
You said that it's a disruptive technology. Kindly expound on this. Is it taking over in the market at the moment as an alternative?
Definitely taking over the market. I will proudly and confidently say that container fabrication or container homes, container living is the future.
All right. Kindly take us through the process from shipping in the container, or rather from acquiring the container and designing it to an owner's specification.
Well, the journey is quite short when it comes to container fabrication. We first approach the shipping lines, which we have from the Mombasa port. From there, once we have purchased the container, it's brought to our site here in Syokimau. Then we are able to sit down with our in-house architect. We're able to sit down with the client, advise on some of the structural fittings that are going to be fitted in the container. From there, we now build your concept into reality. And I think from there is just transporting the container to your site, and yeah, there you have it.
You already have your own.
Yes.
Does it take long to put up one compared to the traditional, houses?
Not actually. It doesn't take long. In fact, it takes shorter timelines. From a duration of maybe 2 weeks to 30 working days, you can have your home.
So in a span of almost 30 days, one can already own a home.
Exactly.
Which is quite a shorter period.
Exactly.
Hence an advantage.
Exactly, yes.
Oh. Is there a document that shows the container, in this case, ownership?
Yes, that is actually more of a logbook for the container. So without the interchange, then basically maybe the container could have been stolen or something.
And this is a process that you carry out yourselves on behalf of the new homeowner?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Kindly let's expound more on the various units that you can put up, starting from the simplest of units. Is there maybe like a bed sitter as we work our way up?
We mostly prefer working with a 40-foot high cube container because it has extra space in terms of height. And then that really works well when it comes to now the heat, even before we do the insulation. Yes.
What can accommodate in a 40-foot container?
A 40-foot container can accommodate a spacious 1-bedroom. And again, it can still have a 2-bedroom house, but it might be a bit squeezed.
All right.
Yeah.
So can we go further than this? Can we put up bungalows or mansions using containers?
Definitely, definitely.
Let's look at the commercial side. We have looked at the more of a home aspect. If I wanted to put up a business premises, let's talk about shops, let's talk about offices. Is this still possible? Is this a trend that we're seeing with containers?
Yes, very much possible. I think from the maybe simplest type of fabrication will be the market stalls, which I think that is what most of the people know of in terms of the stalls, yes, in terms of containers. But now we are also doing commercials in terms of offices. You can have as big as an office as you'd like if you're combining 2 or more containers. Again, you can still have portable kitchens, you can have restaurants, you can have a bar. So it mainly depends on how you want your concept to be done.
All right. So anything that I or the customer or the client wants or conceptualizes can be put into reality using this particular activity.
Yes, yes, very much.
Let's talk about costs. How would you generally term the costs when it comes to a comparison between containers and the normal traditional way?
I would say that containers are not cheap. That is what I think maybe our clients might have maybe different view on it. Containers are definitely not cheap, but what I would call it is that containers are cost effective compared to brick and mortar. Yes.
Kindly define them. Why would you term them as cost effective?
By cost effective, what I mean is if you were to build your dream house using brick and mortar, depending with the specs and how big of square feet you'd like it to be, if your house will cost you around maybe 10 million, the container will be as low as looking at maybe even less than half the price. We're talking of around maybe 3M to 4M. Yes.
All right. So it's definitely something that people would want to take up to. What are some of the myths that the clients or some of the resistance you meet from clients before they accept a container house here in Kenya?
Okay, so our clients mainly are looking at space. I would say that when someone wants to do their own house, maybe they've been renting an apartment somewhere, so they are used to living in a small space. Now, converting the client, or rather convincing the client to live in a container, yet the only challenge I would say I've faced in a container is the space. I think that will be the main, I've spent so much time convincing a client to live in a container, whereas they will want to live in a bigger space than a container.
And I'm sure this is still workable, since you can
yes,
or even more to acquire the space that you're looking for.
Sure.
Currently, what is the trend? Is it more of commercial or homes at the moment?
At the moment, we are really more into homes, because I think it's the in thing. It's the in thing at the moment. People are really attracted to the new way of building and owning homes. Right. Yes.
So more of homes.
Yes.
In the market, there are real estate agents who are doing the estates using the traditional way. Is it something that your company is looking forward to? Would you put up an estate using containers and probably sell it to wannabe homeowners?
Yes, I will say that's a vision we are looking at. We are rather in the market, and if we will get such agents, and we could always work with them, partner up maybe. Yes. And I will say it will be my ultimate dream to see a container estate.
Before we go on a short break, kindly tell us the advantages that you would propose to a client of a container house.
Well, the advantages are many, to mention all, but I will mention a few. So I will start with the eco-friendly part, because in terms of containers, we know we are recycling the shipping containers that are being used to ship goods. Yes. Another thing will be the cost effectivity that I mentioned. In terms of cost, definitely you're saving your money when you're building a container home, or you're even investing in a commercial container office or shops or even a mall. Yes. Yes, and the third thing will be the timelines. It takes a short time to build a container structure, rather, compared to brick and mortar.
All right. Well, she has mentioned some of the things that would make you want to take up a container property or put up one. We take a short break. We'll be right back.
You are watching TV 47, the home of Untold Stories. Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning how to dance in the rain. Challenges are what makes life interesting, and overcoming them is what makes life meaningful. And that is why the Morning Cafe and Ngong Hills Hotel are here to make your Easter a holiday to remember. This coming Friday, we will be live at the Ngong Hills Hotel from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. with great uplifting music from Pitson and the band. This show is proudly sponsored by Ngong Hills Hotel, Mizizi Africa Homes Limited, and Zawadi Band. You are watching TV 47, the home of Untold Stories.
Welcome back to the show. We are discussing container homes or container commercial premises, and our guest was just outlining some of the advantages of such a property. Kindly continue giving us such advantages.
Yes, so among the many advantages, I would still like to mention the portability part, because with containers, you can always move with your house wherever. If you have a piece of land somewhere in the upcountry, you will still move with your house over there. And
if you're tired of living in the city.
Exactly,
All
exactly.
right. That's a very huge advantage, because most of the houses do not come with mobility.
Definitely. Another advantage would be security-wise.
Yes.
Containers are very secure.
They are made of steel, so I would assume.
Yes, they're very secure. So if you're having your home over there, if you've invested in your business in a container, security is one of the main things everyone is looking at.
When we look at security, assume we have partitions such as this. How would you enhance their security?
Such a partition in terms of glass, because most people are looking for light and to have have a feel of the outside or big space. You could always use the roller shutters. I'm sure most people are familiar with those kind of doors.
Yes.
You can always put them up, and when you're around, you just roll them up, and when you're leaving your premises, you just roll it down, and your space is secure.
That's quite convenient, and also a security aspect.
Yes.
Let's talk about additions. Is it also possible to, let's say I put up my container space or my container home, would it be possible to add another one after the whole installation?
Yes, yes. In terms of flexibility, that is where I think that's another advantage, added advantage in terms of containers. You can always start somewhere. You can have a one bedroom, and when you want to add on to your house, you can always bring another container, be it a 20-foot, be it a 40-foot container, to add on to the space that you're already living in.
All right.
Yes.
Let's talk about this particular space that you are in. I'm sure most of our viewers are wondering where exactly we are and what type of a house is this?
Yes. So this is a very unique project.
Yes.
Yes, it's built in a 40-foot shipping container. What we did is that because of the space where the client allocated us to do the container, could not fit the 40-foot all the way.
All right.
So what we did was we cut the container into 30 by 10 feet to make it an L-shaped. Yes.
All right. And let's talk about the finishing. When I'm inside, or rather where we are seated, I don't even feel like I'm in a container. I mean, the floor is beautiful, the walls are well done, and the whole setup is ideal over the house. Tell us about it.
Thank you very much for noticing the good workmanship. We definitely, when it comes to containers, because it's already a structure, what we start with is cutting out the cutouts of the container where we want to do doors and windows.
Yes, such as this one.
Yes,
this beautiful
definitely.
one.
And then from there, we start now doing the interiors. With containers, we mainly focus in the interior. So we start by doing insulation. Insulation, what we do is that we use the styrofoam for regulation of room temperature. And then from there, now we install the gypsum boards and do skimming and do the wiring for the lighting and fittings. and then from there we'll do the flooring. I don't know if you can notice,
Yes.
the floor is pretty unique.
Yes.
Instead of using ceramic floor tiles, what we used was the laminate floor. Yes.
All right. Speaking about temperature regulation, where we are right now, it's pretty hot, but I can assure you it feels like room temperature. Does insulation, or rather, cover both hot areas and cold areas?
Yes, it does. Like I said, insulation regulates the room to the room temperature.
All right.
Yes.
And if it gets too hot, you can always install an AC,
An
right?
AC, yes,
All
definitely.
right. Let's talk about the finishing in this particular unit. It seems to suit a certain type of person. Is this suited to this clientele's preference? What was the theme behind this?
Yes, so with different clients, what we do is that we sit down, like I mentioned,
Yes.
with our in-house architect. We get you as the client to make sure that you give us your specifications. If you want a certain theme, if you want a rustic theme, if you want a modern theme, if you want a comfortable, homey theme, we walk with you through the journey, whereby you tell us, I would like this kind of paint done in my house, I would like this kind of windows done in my house, and then we walk with you through the journey.
All right.
Yes.
What was the theme behind this? It seems to have very dark, rich colors. Well, for the exterior and a bit of light colors for the interior.
Yes, it was more so the client specifications, so it's more of a modern kind of theme. Yes.
So what was the theme behind this particular unit?
Yes, so this particular unit, to be precise, it's what we call a man cave. I'm sure most people, if they have some piece of land somewhere, they just set up a place whereby they could always come with the boys and just chill around. So with the theme, you can tell because of the interior finishes and the outside look. The outside is a bit darker than the interior.
Yes, dark rich color.
Yes.
And we can see the same to the finishes. For example, the cabinets that we can see have some rich dark colors.
Yes. Yes.
So this is a man cave.
Yes.
And it's totally somewhere where they can come relax and take their time out.
Definitely.
This is quite a unique project. Maybe you can tell us of other unique projects that you have done in the country.
Definitely. I think I will start with my favorite one, which is the red container. I think it's the most famous one as we speak.
Yes.
The red container was a very unique project. The client was really particular with the choice of color. It was rich, it was bright, and it had very, very unique designs in terms of the interiors. There is the tree house. We're calling it the tree house, but it's made of containers. We used a 40-foot and a 20-foot shipping container. The house is a 2-bedroom house, and the reason why you're calling it a tree house is because we cladded the exterior of the house with wood panels.
All right.
Yes.
So the wood panels were an accessory to the outside finishing.
Yes.
All right. Shopping spaces?
Yes, we have a mall coming up.
A mall?
Yes,
A
a
whole entire
container.
mall?
Yes. We have a mall coming up in Kirigiti. Yes, and we're really looking forward to the finishing of it.
All right. That's quite exciting. That's something I would love to see. Well, I think it's time we walked around and see this quite special man cave that you have put up here.
Yes.
All right. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Kindly introduce us to yourself and tell us what you do.
My name is Lydia. I'm in the sales and marketing department of Containers 254.
Yes.
Yes.
What does Containers 254 equal?
I get excited when you ask that. We are here to change living spaces. You know, there's been this notion about brick and mortar spaces, but we are here to tell you that you can have an alternative, cheaper, cost-effective, classy home made out of of shipping containers.
So the basic container which we see in ships, carrying
Yes,
goods,
yes.
we convert it to something beautiful.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
The very one you see. Yes.
Kindly take us through
Sure.
the workshop.
My pleasure. So we will start with our own office.
Yes.
This is our office made of container, of course, the shipping container. Yes, so that's our reception area.
Yes.
And you can see how beautiful it is.
Wonderful.
Yes.
One wouldn't think it's actually a container.
No, you wouldn't. It's a proper office.
Right.
Yes.
So you convert it into an office space, build the windows, the doors,
Yes.
and partitions inside.
Yes.
Wow, this is wonderful. How long would typically this take for a typical conversion?
The timeline is very short. Anything from 5 days to the bigger projects, maybe 2 months. But very short timeline.
Very short time.
Yes.
Is it tedious to do all this?
Well, expertise.
Expertise.
It's all
You
about
have experts
expertise,
on
yes.
All right.
We've got a strong team of about 33 that is working on it. Experts?
Experts.
Yes.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Maybe you can see some of your more constructions that are currently ongoing.
Sure.
All right.
Over there, you
this
can
one, we
see
just
that
passed-
container, yes. This is going to be a very exciting concept. The owner,
Yes.
the client wants a bakery and a greengrocer. So this is how we are starting it.
You're telling me this will be a grocery and a bakery?
Yes, it's going to be. You can see it's got 2 sections. One is going to be a bakery. The other one is going to be a greengrocer. And something very exciting, we're going to build a deck on top.
Like a balcony?
Yes, so, and outside she's going to put some shades and some seats so her clients can have coffee.
Either
Coffee,
outside or
yes,
on top of the deck?
yes.
All right.
Yes, so it's going to be a very beautiful one. I should invite you when it's over.
You should invite me when it's over.
I will.
We want to see you some of your work when it's over.
Yes.
All right.
We are now going to see an office that's almost complete.
Yes.
This is for Kengen, for their all carrier offices.
So you do have corporates? and some
Oh,
clients?
yes, we do. Plenty of corporates. So maybe I could just show you how it goes in.
Yes.
The finishing
work
is
in
done.
progress?
Yes, the client wanted an open, or it's called open plan office.
Open plan.
Yes, because it's a site office, they don't want so much.
Yes.
So we did it for them. The finishing is done.
Yes.
The lighting,
Is done.
yes, it's going to be
Lighting
done.
is being installed.
We've already painted them with their corporate colors.
Yes.
And of course the AC I told you about.
Already connected.
Yes,
I see
and
there also electricity ducts.
yes,
Already connected.
our containers come ready with that.
Right.
Yes.
So that means they can just bring in the desk and computers and voila.
And they start working.
All right.
Yes. I want you to have a real experience of how we do it. This is a typical office for a client of ours. They asked for two offices, then an open plan and ablutions. So we have an office over there.
That's part of one office.
Yes. Then we have another office over there. Then this will be an open area. The ablutions. Then there'll be a kitchenette. Yes.
Including a kitchen.
A kitchenette, of course.
All right.
Yes.
So we can see a lot of work currently going on.
Yes,
Your
as you can
experts
see.
are on ground.
Yes.
Ensuring that what the client asked for is delivered.
Oh, definitely.
Right.
Something interesting I want to note here. These are 2 different 40-foot containers. As you can see, this is one. That's another one. When we take them to site, we are going to merge them on site.
All right.
Yes.
So you can even join 2 or even more containers together.
Containers are modular. You can add them the way you want. You can take 2 40-foot containers. You can take 1 40-foot and add a 20-foot for your space. Very modular, so in case you want to increase your home, very easy, add another
Add
container.
another one. So I can put one right now, come and add another one when I get some more money, and continue the same.
Yes, very excited.
All right.
Excited.
It
Yes.
allows room for expansion.
Yes, room for expansion.
right.
You can also stack on top.
All right.
Yes.
The inside looks quite different from
Yes.
a normal container.
Yes.
Can you give us a brief of what is typically being used here to, give us this smoother finish?
Sure.
Inside?
Here,
Yes.
this is called a styrofoam.
A styrofoam.
It's an insulator. So we use the styrofoam between the container and the gypsum. So it insulates it so that it won't be extremely cold or hot.
All right.
In very hot places, we also put the AC.
An air conditioner.
Air conditioner.
Right.
Yes, to take care of that.
This particular insulation, and of course the gypsum.
And then the gypsum.
To give it a smoother finish.
Smooth, and then the flooring. So many solutions for the floor. You can have tiles. You can have boards. Yes, wooden floors.
Finishing.
Wooden finishing.
Right.
Yes.
Purchasing a home should be a very exciting and rewarding experience, and it can be provided you avoid these common mistakes. Mistake number 1, buying a home without professional assistance. A buyer's agent, more commonly known as a real estate agent, will help you through all the complexities of a home purchase at no cost to you. Mistake number 2, rushing to buy without doing the research first. Before you shop for your home, you must first know how much house you need, what you can afford, and what areas or neighborhoods are best for you. Your real estate agent can help you learn the market. Mistake number 3, making lowball offers. Be realistic and avoid antagonizing the seller with a lowball offer. The seller that likes you will be far more open to working with you than the one you have annoyed with a very low opening bid. Mistake number 4, not getting a professional inspection. Inspections, which are relatively inexpensive, will reveal any defects that may not be apparent, such as gas leaks, foundation problems, and roof issues, and will confirm that the home is in a good and safe condition. Mistake number 5, not getting pre-approved first. It's an important step to get pre-approved for your mortgage. Your Amplify Credit Union mortgage specialist will give you a pre-approval letter and, better yet, a pre-qualification letter.
With such innovations in the market, the housing industry is definitely looking up. We applaud such innovators for making use of other alternatives apart from the brick and mortar style. Well, I hope you have enjoyed the show. Got a few hints about how you can put up your next development using, of course, containers. Give us your thoughts, comments by writing to us through the numbers on your screens or through our social media